My name is Graham Keshwa and I run a company called VendingSolutions. Anything that can be vended or dispensed automatically, that's the business we're in. It all began in the 1980s when I was a student in America, and as a typical student I needed to make money, and I started working with Pepsi Cola, filling vending machines at night as a part-time thing for my student income, and that's where I learned the vending business. When I got back from America, I had about 2 cents to rub together in my pocket. So I had the idea, but I didn't have the capital in order to initiate it. I didn't have money for expensive research or anything like that. So a lot of it was gut instinct, and having seen what is available in first world markets, I knew it was going to come to South Africa. I bootstrapped my company. I started by working for an Israeli-owned company who had also had the vision in terms of what was available and what should be available in the South African market. I then saved whatever money I could, working weekends, nights, and part-time jobs as well. We started this business with a grand total, my brother and I, of 8,000 Rand each. That was the sum total of the capital we started this business with. When I first started in the vending industry, there was no electronic machines. So that's where we got our training ground. And we started bringing in electronic machines into South Africa. First the cigarette machines, and then the combination chocolate chip cool drink machines, and then later on the coffee machines. And that's kind of how we've evolved from there. One of the things that vending offers is stock control. It's an automated stock control system, and restaurant owners and bar owners and so forth couldn't control the cigarette stock, and that's what made cigarette machines popular, because all of a sudden someone else would come in, put the machine in, they'd be responsible for the stock, and they would get a commission off that cigarette machine. And that's really how vending started in South Africa. We started out as PK vending, and we gradually have moved over to more of a solutions-based company, and hence with the rebranding of our organization, because we no longer just do chocolates, chips and cool drink machines. We're now into what we call automated retailing, which is what the world over is going to. So we dropped the PK and we added the solutions, and so essentially we offer a vending solution. If it can be vended, we can do it. We've done all sorts of different types of products, from PPE to chic razor blades. So the reason we changed our business model is to adapt to the market needs. And I think any business needs to have their ear to the ground in terms of how they do business. And you need to be ever adapting to your clients' needs. And our clients were basically saying they want a more automated solution and they wanted a more encompassing solution. Hence, we formed a vending solutions company that allows you to vend almost anything that can be automatically dispensed. And then we've grown organically. Along the way, we've had financing at certain junctures. We would sell 3 machines for profit and use that profit and invest back in 1 machine for our own operation, for example. And that model worked, and that's how we grew an operation business to over 200 machines when we first started. The greatest learning curve, I would say, and you hear this often enough, is employ the right people. I always try to employ people that are more knowledgeable than me. I try to employ people with skills that I don't have. I like to try and employ people who are better at something in a particular field than I am. You've got to learn and you've got to read what the market wants and be constantly responsive to what your customers' needs and requirements are. You've got to be truly passionate about what you do, because if you're passionate about what you do, things like money and so forth, it just automatically arrives. But if you solely set out in business because you only want to make money, then those are all the wrong reasons that you should be in business. Most small businesses, you are the business. And you have to put in systems and procedures that are going to allow you to step out of your business, in a sense. And most entrepreneurs and most business people are caught in the trap of working in their business and not on their business. I was fortunate enough to go to Wits Business School with some very bright people, and they helped me develop and create some of the systems and procedures we have. That's the way in order to scale your business. And so you don't become you are the business. And that's how the big franchises do it. A couple of days a month, at least once or twice a week, I will spend on the coal face of the business. I will spend that time visiting clients, going to our various locations, chatting to people and finding out exactly what's the experience. So I get to understand what the coal face is. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So through our customer relationship management program that we've had specifically written for us, we're able to keep track of some 14,000 odd people that have come through our doors in the last 18 years. Technology helps a lot in managing that. We can see, for example, what their buying habits have been, how many call-outs they've had on their machines, what their frequency of buying machines from us has been, or what the frequency of service they have, etc. In our operations, for example, if someone calls in and says, we have a problem on our machine, immediately that is logged, a ticket is generated, that person gets an SMS or an email that says, you've logged your call, it's in process, etc. And we follow up on that all the way. There's nothing more importantly than pressing the flesh and going to see your customers personally. Never forget to say thank you. I think a lot of South African business people, we tend to do the business, take the money, and we run off to the next deal. We have a motto in our business: we know you had a choice, thank you for choosing us. And follow up with your clients. How's your service experience? Can we be of further assistance, etc. So there's nothing better than having that direct contact. All the systems in the world are great, but you must have your finger on the pulse of your business. Cash flow in a business is absolutely crucial. And many a time, especially in a developing business, an emerging business, and a small business, cash flow is more crucial than profit. So it's extremely important for you to budget what is coming in, what is going out, and the timing thereof. I spend 10 minutes every morning of what is happening in our business, where we are financially, who's paid, who hasn't paid, etc. That is the first thing I do every morning when I walk into my business. So we know where we're standing. To remain cash positive in a business is absolutely crucial. And when you do experience problems, pick up the phone and speak to your suppliers, or pick up the phone and speak to your clients. We go around the world buying vending machines, and most places they won't actually look at you unless you pay up front. But we build up relationships with suppliers over years where they extend credit facilities to you across borders. And so in the beginning, cash flow is important. In the middle, cash flow is important, and in the end, cash flow is important. So, any business, if there's no cash flow, there is no business. A lot of people confuse cash flow with profitability. And a lot of business people go out and spend the cash they've got in the bank because they don't understand the difference between what income, what profit is, and what the cost of sales is. And it's important to understand the distinction of how much of that cash flow belongs to you. Because a lot of it belongs to your suppliers, belongs to your infrastructure, belongs to revenue services and so forth. And if you don't plan adequately around that, you could find yourself in serious trouble. When you first start your business and you don't have any cash flow, or you're not sure where the next cent is coming from, it's extremely easy to panic. It takes a very special type of person to be an entrepreneur, in the sense that you're not a normal person. You don't collect a salary check at the end of every month. In most cases, you're thinking about how you're going to pay people their salaries at the end of the month. There comes a point where you have to trust your gut. There's that inner voice within you that you just have to trust. And you've got to listen to that inner voice. And sometimes that inner voice screams loudly at you. And other times it's a little murmur. It's kind of like being the captain of a ship. And if you panic, everybody else is going to panic. And therefore, in a situation where you're facing troubled waters or stressful times, no matter how much you may be panicking on the inside, on the outside, you need to remain calm in order to keep your team and the people around you calm. But I would say that to remain calm, find yourself a mentor, or find yourself someone that also runs a small business. Put a small little group together, meet for a cup of coffee, meet for a drink every now and then, or lunch. It's important to do that, because you find when you mix within those forums and you socialize within those forums, you contribute to them. People find out solutions to problems that they have, and more importantly, in turn, you find solutions to problems, or challenges that you're facing. Nothing is insurmountable. And when you realize that when you're not scared of failing, and that's the biggest problem with South African entrepreneurs and a lot of people, the reason they won't go into business is because they're scared of failing. You ask me, how do we develop and how do we stay so calm and so forth, is we learn through our failures. And in order to succeed, I firmly believe you need to fail a couple of times first. And most businesses can be replicated or duplicated. Someone can easily copy that. What most places will find difficult to copy is your customer service and the value add that you add to a particular product or service that you do. It's far better to sell to an existing client than to procure a new client. And therefore, customer service is paramount. Now, any small business owner will tell you that customers are the bane of their life. My father used to always say to me, even your worst enemy, kill them with kindness. And that's what we try and do to our customers, kill them with kindness, which keeps them coming back. And in the days of Twitter and Facebook and all the social media that you have out there, believe it or not, word of mouth, using those platforms is still one of the strongest forms of marketing that you can have. And when people say, use PK Vending Solutions because they did a great job for me, our business has grown organically, and the reason it's grown organically is because we've started with one customer, we did a great job, and that customer told 10 people about that. We have a fairly flat management structure. We have a fairly highly accessible. Our technicians are available on their cell phones to give telephonic support. We have people on standby. Our phone lines, our telephone lines, 24 hours a day are answered by a human being. We employ a call answering service, not an answering machine, but a call answering service. If you phone our offices at 2 o'clock in the morning, a human being will answer that phone. You must maintain contact. Most customer service issues are around communication or the lack thereof. So we'd rather over communicate rather than under communicate. And that's what makes the difference. There's great marketing tools out there. As a small business, we've had to be very, very innovative as to how we market our business. And there's lessons for small businesses out there. Technology allows small companies to generate marketing and to compete in a space where only previously huge conglomerates or corporate companies could play. Let me give you some examples. If you take some time to research modern marketing methods, you will find, for example, you can have a contact-based system based in America that costs you $100 a month, which allows you to email all your clients unlimited, newsletters, specials, folders, etc. This training is available online as tutorials. You can skill yourself to do jobs that conglomerates pay millions of rands to do it. Also, as a small business, we haven't had great, as I said, budget for marketing. So you go and you do barter schemes, or you go and do bartering with media agencies. Here's an example. We got onto the mining show, which sees 36,000 people come through those doors for free, because we did a joint venture with a PPE supply company. They have the product, we have the dispensing system, you do a joint venture. It's not difficult to market your own business. It doesn't have to be this high-end, employing a marketing agency, employing advertising people and so forth. So if small business people took the time out to just study one or two small methods around marketing their business, it could be quite innovative and quite profitable. One of the aspects that we're proud about our vending business is we have a business opportunities model to it. So years ago, we took a decision to teach people how to run a vending business, which has proved exceptionally profitable for us and profitable for those individuals. So what we do is as we know, we import and distribute vending machines. We provide the technical backup and so forth. We also have a lot of locations because we cannot service every single location in South Africa. It's just physically impossible. We give the opportunity to other people to service those locations. So we call it our business opportunity side. And essentially, individuals out there that want to get into the vending business, we provide them with a machine, we assist in finding a location, and we put that marriage together. They then run that as their own business. They fill it, they stock it, they keep the cash. Where we make our money is when they come and buy an additional machine or they call us for a technical service or so. Motivating your staff is absolutely crucial to any business and leading from the front is absolutely crucial. If you walk into your business in the morning with your head down, no matter what happened out there, when you walk through those doors, you better be pumped and ready to go. Money is not the only motivating factor, and if you're going to use money only as a motivating factor, it's a very short-sighted way of doing it. There are other motivating factors: job satisfaction, how you treat people in the workplace, how you relate to each other, how you include people in your decisions, and how you make them feel. People will like a sense of belonging, and you need to give them that sense of belonging, that sense of family. We have a saying in our business that people don't work for you, people work with you. And I think that's quite important. So it's important to make people included in that process. It's very important in a business to have fun. People want to work in a place that is not just, oh, work, 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 work all the time. You've got to have fun with what you do. I mean, if you're not having fun, as a business owner, trust me, I like to have fun because it keeps the mood light. It keeps people interested. People are not robots. They are human beings. They have feelings, they have interactions, they have relationships, they have all these dynamics that they bring to the party. And it's also important to understand what's going on in the lives, in the family lives of some of your staff and what's going on. And to pay attention and an interest in it. You've got to be an all-inclusive caring and have a nurturing approach around it. Yes, you need to be firm, and yes, you need to be, these are your responsibilities and these are the outcomes that we expect from our staff members. But we're not uncaring or callous in any way. Often as business owners or managers, we ride in a comfortable car, we live in a comfortable house, and we go home and sleep in a comfortable bed. And a lot of the times we don't know where our staff sleep. We don't know how many taxis or buses or how they get to work. And I think we need to pay more attention to that so we understand the challenges they face. In terms of navigating your business, there's always going to be challenges. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you have to trust your gut instinct. However, you can't let that be the only voice around you. You need to look at what the market is doing. The fundamental of any business is identifying a need and filling that need. Whether it's a service, whether it's a product, whether it's selling tables and chairs or selling gold and silver, it's identifying a need and filling that need. That's the fundamental of any business. If you see in the marketplace a need and it needs filling, you've got to seize the opportunity while it's hot. And you've got to stay ahead of technology. Technology is changing everybody's lives. If you are still doing things the way you were 5 years ago, you're in serious trouble. You've got to constantly evolve the way you provide a product or you provide a service. Everybody sells a steak. Spurs sell a steak differently to the way someone else sells a steak. It's all essentially a steak. It's the way you market it, the way you present it, and the customer service and the value add you put behind that, whatever that product or service is. And that's how you stay sharp. In terms of a competitive edge over our the other suppliers out there or our competitors out there. Firstly, we're lucky in the sense that our business is a very high entry level. It's not a low entry level point, it's a high entry level point. And therefore, knowledge, experience, and technical know-how is kind of a barrier to entry for people entering our industry. Not to say that you can't acquire it with time and knowledge. In order to be proficient in anything, you need, the number is 10,000 hours. With 18 years of track record behind us, have we made mistakes? Absolutely. Have we learned from those mistakes? More importantly, yes. And by learning from those mistakes, we have put in policies, procedures, and the way we interact with our customers in order to negate that. Our personal touch, our highly responsive rate, the fact that we can adapt to a client's needs very, very quickly. It's not difficult for us. We're not a big wieldy ship in the water. We can turn it very quickly. And if the customer knows that you're reliable, that they can phone you and they can constantly rely on your service, that you'll be there. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you're not going to do it, at least phone the customer and tell them why, or phone the client and tell them why. We've built up a knowledge base. We've built up a resource base, which is world-class. And then, of course, it's just that personal touch. We never forget to say thank you to a client. We humble in our approach, and we very grateful, remain grateful for the business that we get out there. No matter how small the client is or how large the client is, we treat them the same way, with the same respect, with the same courtesy, and the same levels of service, which places us ahead of any competition out there in the market. I think one of the major future goals which I would like to see is getting more involved in creating more entrepreneurs in this country through our system. My goal is to train as many people as possible in terms of creating value add and creating small businesses out there. That's like a little personal pet project. In terms of PK Vending, we are about to embark on some seriously technologically advanced automated vending systems in South Africa. We are the only South African company that provides touchscreen vending. We are the only company now that we've just recently signed a distribution agreement with a Norwegian company to distribute an automated system into retail chains. And overall, we'd like to see government give us a little more leverage in terms of allowing us to bring apprentices in and internships in terms of skilling people in this country, because I believe our young people need to be skilled. You need to have in your mind a very clear set of goals of where you want your business to be and what that growth rate is going to be. Stick to your core functions. Too many of us go off on a tangent. Decide what business you're in and remain as close as possible to the core of that business. To manage your growth, decide what the controlled growth is going to be, and try as best as possible, anticipate what your needs are going to be, make sure the systems, procedures, and policies are in place before that growth happens. Otherwise, it could be detrimental to your business and your business could fail. Anyone starting out a business in South Africa, I said it to you before, never be afraid of failure, and perseverance pays off big time. Persevere, persevere, persevere. Do not give up at the first failure. Edison tried over 1,000 times before he did the light bulb. Most of us give up on our businesses on the precipice of success. And so we live in a society where we think everything is instant gratification. I'm going to get everything instantly. And the actual real truth of the matter out there is that you have to do something consistently. You've got to do it for a period of time before you become successful at it.